What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about a pregnant woman who lost her life because she decided that she wanted to rob someone, and she ended up losing her life in the process. Now, this is according to the police in the city of Chicago. Apparently, 21-year-old Genesis Escobar, it's the woman that you're seeing on the screen. Genesis Escobar was 7 months pregnant. And apparently she got into this car with this guy. And then there was an exchange of fire. Reports are saying it was inside the car and outside the car. But nonetheless, she ended up getting struck 3 times in the hand, the shoulder, and the back. And then the driver of the car got out of the car, walked around to the passenger side, pulled her out of the car, basically dumped her in the road, and threw money on her. And there was a witness that saw that particular part, which is very interesting. This woman literally, and this according to a police report. Now, I don't know how they knew that she was trying to rob this individual. I don't know if, maybe there was another witness that saw the situation firsthand, and that another witness, or I don't know. But the fact that they are so basically cut and dry that this particular female who was pregnant at the time was trying to rob someone in the car. Now, I don't know if she knows this person or not. They're probably going to be, I would assume there's more reports that comes out about this. I don't know, because it seems like this is an open shut for police, even though I believe they're still looking for the guy that did this. I don't know if they're going to find him. I don't know, because it seems to me that they've already painted Genesis Escobar as a perpetrator, not as necessarily someone who was victimized, somebody who tried to victimize someone and became a victim. Let me say this, because there's a bunch of different ways that you can go with this particular story. I told y'all that women of today have become violent. Women of today do not embrace their femininity. Well, only if they're trying to get something out of someone. A lot of these women are so far gone. They're just so far gone. And the thing is that in our society, it tells women that they should be more masculine. They promote that, even though it's to the detriment of a lot of these women. You got a woman who's pregnant. Where's your baby father? You have a boyfriend? Why are you doing this? Are you in these streets too? Because a lot of these women think that they're just as tough as the boys, and they end up finding out the hard way. Now, from what I have read, they have not said whether the person was male or female, unless I missed it in the reports. But these women are out here trying to be in these streets like these dudes, and they're not. You're not going to be as tough and street savvy as the guys, no matter how much you try. And it's very unfortunate that this young lady lost her life, but this is a cautionary tale. Stop trying to rob people, because there are people out here who will end you in order to save themselves. And I think that society has failed. Not only are they failing young men, they have failed young women as well. These young women, this is a woman who's pregnant, and she feels like she has to go out there and she has to do this. I don't know why she felt compelled to do this, but she did it. And she found out the hard way what happens when you try to rob the wrong person. Now, there are people who feel sorry for her. There are people who feel like, this shouldn't have happened, but she made the choice. Nobody, from what I understand, nobody really pressured her into doing this. This is a choice. What she did was a choice, and she lost her life in the process. I've seen women lose their life trying to set up robberies. I've made videos on it. These women are out here in these streets trying to prove how violent they are, and they end up becoming victims. Now, this is according to CBSnews.com. It says a 21-year-old woman is dead after she was struck while trying to rob people inside a car in the Belmont-Cragen neighborhood Monday afternoon. Chicago police said the woman entered the vehicle in the 5200 block of West Montana Street at Laramie Avenue around 1 p.m. in a robbery attempt. She was inside of a car when she was struck in the shoulder, back, and hand, police said. As CBS 2's Jermont Terry reported, video shows the woman was then thrown into the intersection. People then came to help her before police arrived. The woman was taken to Advocate, Illinois' Masonic Medical Center, where she was pronounced deceased. A friend of the victim told CBS 2 the woman was 7 months pregnant with her first child. Family and close friends also identified the victim as 21-year-old Genesis Escobar. The Chicago police roped off the intersection of Laramie and Montana just north of Fullerton Avenue after the shooting. My heart is broken into pieces, said Iris Alvarez, who was also 7 months pregnant with a baby girl. Iris Alvarez says Escobar came to visit Alvarez's daughter around 1 p.m. She texted my daughter and told my daughter, "Please help me, I'm in trouble," Alvarez said, but my daughter was sleeping. Alvarez and her daughter was awakened by 4 shots. When they checked to see what was going on, they were stunned. They looked out the window and seen that the vehicle, someone opened the driver door, walked around the vehicle, pulled the body out, and drove off, Alvarez said. Before dumping the woman on the ground, witnesses said the driver pulled out cash. They threw a bunch of money on top of her, Alvarez said. That's the thing. Not only did they dump her in the middle of the street, they actually threw money on her. CBS 2's Terry asked Alvarez what she thought the cash that was dropped on Escobar's body represented. "I don't know if she was into some kind of trouble," Alvarez said. When Alvarez's daughter rushed downstairs, she discovered her best friend gasping for air. Crews rushed Escobar to the ER. When we got to the hospital, unfortunately, the baby was not able to be saved and she passed away as well, Alvarez said. Friends said Escobar was looking forward to being a first-time mother. "I don't care how much trouble you're in," Alvarez said. "I feel that for a person to do that to someone doesn't have a heart." No suspects are in custody. Area 5 detectives are investigating. So apparently, according to Iris Alvarez, she texted her daughter saying that she was in trouble. Now, this whole story is very weird. This is a very weird story. The fact that the police believe it, that she, a pregnant woman, was trying to rob some other person, and then that person had a weapon on them unless they were fighting over the weapon, and then was able to dump her out of the car and throw money on her. That is a very weird story. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I feel like there are some unanswered questions in this particular story. One, why was she in that car? Two, why did she text saying that she was in trouble? And three, what was with the throwing money on her? Did she try to rob a dope dealer? You know, I don't know. To me, that there's still questions that I have in this situation. But ultimately, I see that there are women out here, and men as well. There are people who sympathize with her. I don't know why. I mean, if the police believe that she was trying to rob somebody, I just don't know how there could be any sympathy there. You have sympathy for the unborn child. These babies don't choose their mothers. They don't choose their fathers. They don't choose who they come from. The baby didn't make it because of the choice of the mother. This is according to police. This isn't any hearsay. They believe that she was trying to rob somebody. They believe, now, again, they're probably, I'm assuming they're still looking for suspects. But again, there are still some unanswered questions in this situation, man. Like, how did this all unfold? Did she get involved with the wrong people? That's how it seems. It just seems to me that she probably may have gotten involved with the wrong people, man. Are those people the ones who brought her to her friend's house. A lot of these women, man, like, you're pregnant. Like, why aren't you with their baby's father? I don't see him anywhere in this story. But that's the life of a lot of women of today. They get pregnant and they're not even around their baby father. Again, I don't know. Now, according to police, she's trying to rob somebody. I don't know where the sympathy would be. But there are still questions. I have questions. Like, it's not as cut and dry for me. I believe there may be more to it, but according to police, this woman was out here trying to be a savage in these streets in Chicago, of all places. And she really found out the hard way about being in these streets, unfortunately for her and unborn child. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all in the next one.